I consider myself an advocate. And this doesn't mean that I'm some kind of hero or saint or anything like that. All that means is that I've taken the time throughout my life to pay attention to people whose experiences might differ from mine. I've taken the time to try to listen to what their experiences are and not judge those experiences from my perspective, but really try to understand and relate to how their experiences might have affected their lives. And specifically to focus in on what sort of challenges did they have to face that I never had to face. What sort of barriers did they experience when it came to basic parts of participating in society, whether that's education, work, or just spending your leisure time. So I think being an advocate means more than just championing a cause. That's part of it. That's absolutely part of it. But the first step, it really starts with listening, with paying attention to someone else's perspective, trying to understand and relate, and most importantly, trying to empathize with their experience. So when we've done that first step, when we've completed that first step of relating to someone else, really trying to work with them and understand their perspectives on life, then we can start that process of trying to find solutions, really trying to identify the ways in which their problems can be solved. And this is not something that any advocate should ever do on their own. It's not my place to tell others what their solutions should be, but it's my place to work with those other people, anyone who might experience a barrier or a challenge in life, to work with them to try to understand their perspectives and co-produce, co-create a solution together. Now, this is not without risk. Anytime you put yourself out there to try to relate to someone, you're undergoing some risk of being of not making that connection, of not quite getting what it is that person might be experiencing. And so we just have to give ourselves time and be patient with ourselves in order to understand more fully what that experience might be. We may not get it right away. It may take 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 encounters over the course of years. I still reflect on things that people have told me decades ago, and I'm still only now trying to understand and trying to relate to what they wanted, what they meant, what they needed in their lives. So really, advocacy comes down to the simple fact that we must listen to each other. We must take that time to empathize and relate. And in doing so, it's really possible to find our purpose in the world.